Hi Capricorn, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are looking at the Valentine's Day energy. So happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Today we will check in with the general stuff as well. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with all the full moon shadow work readings and all the all signs readings. We did just have a big shadow work reading yesterday, so make sure you do check that one out as well. Today we are I've got the telepathy oracle cards as well as the origami lenormand. We are going to check in on the general energy for you, and then looking at the Valentine's Day energy specifically. We are using the True Love Oracle, the Soul Connection When Two Hearts Meet Love Oracle, and I am also using Titania's Fortune cards. This is a Lenormand deck that is actually one that I don't normally use, but in the spirit of, Love Week, I am sharing the love and using my personal deck this week for the readings, okay? That's the one I actually learnt on, okay? But getting into it for you, Capricorn. Capricorn, what's going on for Capricorn? What does Capricorn need to know right now? Enlightenment, Capricorn. We did see this for Virgo as well. So some of you may have Virgo placements, or maybe it's just something with the earth energy. With enlightenment, there is no separation. We realize that we are one with the divine. So it does feel as though, Capricorn, your connection to spirit is under the microscope this week, your connection to the universe. I'm just picking up for a lot of you that you may have been doubting that connection, feeling separate from that connection, that questioning yourself a little bit, questioning your faith in whatever it is that you believe in just life in general. But we'll see a little bit more about that. So it's kind of, there is a reminder here too that we are connected to everything. We're connected to the earth. We're connected to the universe. We are connected to everyone else as well. That there is no separation. That we are all just a part of the whole. Capricorn, what's going on for our Capricorns? What does Capricorn need to know right now? Oh my gosh. Throwing them at me, Capricorn. Capricorn, what does Capricorn need to know right now, please? And one more for Capricorn. What is that regarding for Capricorn, or what comes after that third card? So I'm kind of picking up potentially two separate messages here, Capricorn. The first two cards we have the house and the moon. Okay, so the house really does talk about our sense of security, our sense of stability, the things that make us feel, safe and secure within our own selves, especially within our emotions and our intuition. So, feeling safe and secure and trusting our intuition, feeling stable in our emotions. The moon does talk about emotions and intuition. There may be a reference here for some of you to the full moon itself, that this is quite strong, potent energy this week, Capricorn. And maybe, for some of you that is bringing into your zone in here, questioning your emotional stability, questioning your intuition and the stability of the trust that you have for that. Like I said, with that enlightenment energy there. So emotions may be a little bit heightened for you this week, Capricorn. We are also seeing the ship. Okay, and then when I've asked for, extra information, extra, clarity on what that's about, we have the scythe. All right, so we do see some sort of sudden changes taking place within this energy. The ship really does start new journeys, and it can be like covering a distance. So that enlightenment, that there is no separation. All of a sudden, the distance that we have been feeling within ourself and the universe, spirit, God, others, the earth. It kind of talks about that distance being closed, and an end of distance, an end of separation, because the scythe really does bring about, a lot of the time it's very sudden and unexpected changes, a lot of the time in the form of, breaking free or cutting things out, or, ending things in some cases here. So it's like cutting free from the distance and closing the distance for a lot of you here. A sudden journey being undertaken where, all of a sudden there is no distance, there is no separation. So if you have been finding, or you are finding yourself in, questioning your emotional stability this week, it does seem as though, something may happen very suddenly, very out of nowhere, very unexpectedly, that closes that gap, that closes that distance. Where does this lead Capricorn, please? We definitely see a new beginning starting here, Capricorn. We have the child coming through. So we are definitely seeing that that breaking free from any separation energy, closing that distance, starting that new journey for yourself here. It really does, start a new beginning here. And it's a lot more freeing, innocent, and playful, fun, adventurous. We definitely have the keyword adventure coming through here in relation to the new start here, the sudden change, allowing a lot of new energy start for you here. It's being a little bit elusive. It's not wanting to really go into specific details here, Capricorn. So that could be referring to quite a few different things for a lot of you here. But at the end of the day, it's going to have to do with your stability on an emotional level, or your stability, your security with, between yourself and the divine. That connection between yourself and, God, that connection between yourself and the divine spirit. Once again, I am getting earth and humans, your place here on earth, for a lot of you as well. But that scythe and ship energy really is bringing you into enlightenment, where there is you're sort of understanding that, you're having a new journey where there is no separation there anymore. So I feel as though we're going from a sensation of separation to a more, a new adventurous, playful journey where there is no separation, and we're, enlightened to the closeness we have with the divine, with earth, whatever that is for each of you individually. But it just feels as though it may be a bit of an emotional journey this week. Mainly because you're feeling a little unstable at the beginning there. Capricorn, focusing in on the Valentine's Day energy for Capricorn. Focusing in for Valentine's Day energy for our Capricorns. What does Capricorn need to know in regard to Valentine's Day energy this week? That was the one that just flew out as well. Reparenting yourself, Capricorn. So there is an element here of needing to, relearn some stuff within your own self this week. For a lot of you, I do feel as though that's part of this new journey, relearning how to connect. For some of you, it is just, learning how to connect to yourself and your own emotions and your own spiritual journey and connection with the universe here. And we do also have commitment coming through. But it does feel more along the lines of commitment to self, commitment to the journey that you're on, commitment to having faith. Committing to belief for some of you here is what I'm hearing. It's still being very non-specific here, Capricorn. So take it as it resonates for you in your personal situation. But we'll keep looking here and see what else comes out. Capricorn, Valentine's Day energy for our Capricorns. Valentine's Day energy for Capricorns this week. Learning. Let love show you how to learn from each other. So it's definitely a period of time here where we are learning a lot more about, the duality of our own natures, I feel, for a lot of you here, as well as, how to commit to yourself, how to that reparenting yourself. We also have respect. Respect your relationships. Respecting yourself by having that strong commitment to yourself, Capricorn. Having a stronger respect for your beliefs and trusting those beliefs. Respecting your emotions, that there's much to learn from the things that you feel as well. Any further information for Capricorn for Valentine's Day energy? Any further information for our Capricorns for the Valentine's Day energy this week? I will also ask in a moment in regard to love specifically, because we are a little bit, it's not really hitting that aspect. This all seems to be to do with you yourself. We are also in full moon energy at the moment still as well. So, there may be a very strong connection for you this week, Capricorn, with the full moon shadow work reading as well. Further information, we do have the coffin followed by that scythe. So we do see transformative energy here this week, definitely. The coffin is a death that brings about a new beginning, a rebirth. So we've already sort of spoken on that. It's ending, ending insecurity with it, ending the separation of self, so we can have a new beginning. Suddenly, with this scythe here, it's very sudden, it's very unexpected for a lot of you. I do feel as though for a lot of you there may be something specifically that is setting this scythe energy off. I will check in on that as well, but once again we're seeing that transformation, that breaking free, finding closure in order to have sudden change within our own self, and recommitting to ourselves and reparenting ourselves and respecting ourselves on the other side of this transformation. But it does seem that there may be something happening sort of very suddenly, that this enlightenment, this learning energy, this reparenting energy, there may be something very sudden, very unexpected occurring for you this week that is sort of setting that off. Clarify the scythe energy. Is there something specific on that scythe energy for Capricorn, please? It's just generating new ideas within yourself. It's that reparenting yourself coming through once again with this stalk energy. stirring up new, stirring up the new, stirring up the new. But it comes from idea generation, thinking about things differently, perspective, looking at, suddenly a sudden epiphany, a sudden enlightenment, suddenly learning something about yourself, suddenly reparenting yourself here. It does lead you into the mountain energy, which is your own energy. So it's really, focusing in on yourself and the challenges and the blockages that you have faced here, Capricorn. Clarify the mountain energy. It's really struggling to be specific today for you, Capricorn. The mountain holds sunshine, so we do see you, overcoming those challenges, overcoming any delays or blockages that you've been experiencing through your own hard work. Your own perseverance and your own hard work is what brings things to light for you here, and what really reveals the happiness to be had for you. The enlightenment, once again, the epiphanies and enlightenment, things coming to light for you this week about you yourself. Okay, what about the Valentine's Day energy for Capricorn, specifically around love? Specifically around love for Capricorn. Those Capricorns who do have a specific connection in mind for Valentine's Day energy this week. Messages for specific connections with Capricorn, please. Once again, I'm getting contrasting, contradictory type energy for you here, Capricorn. Firstly, we have the fox coming through, followed by the tower, and then the garden, which is my date card. Okay, so we do see potential date kind of energy, meeting up with somebody this week for the Valentine's Day energy. But what we're seeing is that this person that we may be meeting halfway, having to compromise with, meeting up with physically, going on a date with, they seem to be in this very, they're very much maybe a little bit selfish, a little bit. This can be a player. This is somebody who says what they think they need to say to get what they need out of a situation. They may be somebody who does isolate themselves a lot, a bit of a hermit type vibe with that tower there. It may also be somebody older than you or from your own past, somebody that you have a foundation with already. So this may actually be somebody, some fox from the past coming back through. Like I said, if this is somebody older than you, could be like silver fox type energy. That fox, the interesting thing about the fox is that, even though this is my player card, they are very intelligent about the way that they do things. And a lot of the time, this fox energy, it's understanding that the fox, they're not purposefully, intentfully trying to manipulate you. This is how they survive. This is the only way they know how to survive. They're usually very independent, especially with that tower energy here. They may, I am picking up that this person may have some, authority issues. So like there may be some sort of control power issues between us, because, this person wants to be authoritative, but they struggle with authority, if that makes sense. What's the advice to Capricorn? So there may be some sort of meeting. They may be, trying to, socialize with you, invite you somewhere to an event. You may be running into this person somewhere. What's the advice for Capricorn in regards to this fox tower person, please? The hidden energy I am seeing on the bottom of the deck here is that there is opportunities here for successful new paths with this person, where it's more reciprocal giving, somewhat destined, potentially long-term emotionally. We are seeing the the birds, the fish, and the clouds. So it's kind of telling us, make sure we do think this through very carefully. Think through what this person is saying. Think about it. But be careful not to get overthink it. Make sure you think it through clearly and objectively, very wisely with that owl here. For some of you, we do need to take into account monetary stuff as well about this situation. Is this person going to affect our money? Is this, it could also just be, being very, using a lot of wisdom, because the fish does talk about abundance as well. So a wealth of wisdom, a wealth of conversation is maybe necessary, and also a wealth of, thinking clearly. Very careful with that clouds energy to not only think about the negative, to think very clearly, very wisely with that owl there. But there may be, for some of you, there may be the need to really think about the money aspect as well, because, is this person just trying to survive, and there is a potential risk of a bad foundation of finances between you and this person somehow. But there is ultimately, it does appear to be, a potentially successful new path with this person. For those of you where this is a person in a connection here. But, I feel like it's very dependent on your own personal epiphany and enlightenment and learning and knowledge that you're coming into this week. But it really does it really is pushing you to really make a commitment to yourself to, make sure you look as deeply into things as you possibly can, learn as much as you can about a situation, really, really, maybe reparenting yourself, maybe needing to relearn a person or a situation, or learn more respect for yourself, and that relationship and commitment that you have for yourself and with yourself. But there may be something happening sort of out of nowhere this week. It may, for some of you, be connected to that person, and that, like I said, I do feel that for some of you, this is randomly running into that person. So that may be that scythe moment for a couple of you here. But it's all in the long run that, there is potential here, but it's very dependent on your personal epiphanies this week. So pay attention to the things that you're learning this week about others, about yourself. They are important for your new journey, your new beginnings. Okay. So that's what we have for you this week, Capricorn. Sorry, we couldn't be more specific. It doesn't really want to specify any deeper than that. So it may be feel a little bit generalized for everyone, but it may be connected to that shadow work reading. So check that out as well. Make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the readings, and hopefully I'll see you all again soon.